to let things blow over, okay? They've got 3 months, and I believe within those 3 months, things are going to blow over. This story will be well in the past, and they will bring him back, possibly even before the 90-day no-compete. So they aren't going to give him the opportunity to go to TNA or
That's my thing, yeah.
go to. He's not going to get that opportunity. Okay, they're going to. He can't go anywhere for 90 days. He can't do anything for 90 days, and within those 90 days, this is going to blow over. Okay, and he's going to be back. That's just me, man. You know?
Yeah, like you said, I think that, obviously if WWE doesn't sign him within the next 90 days, I think he'll end up in TNA. Without a doubt. I think if it comes, him being free to choose between the two, I think he'll end up in TNA. My own personal.
And we'll have to wait and see. It'll be interesting.
Oh, sure.
I mean, obviously the story just broke this past Friday, and shit, man, all weekend long we've been trying to get it confirmed that this is a work or a shoot. You know what I mean? And,
Well, news will develop.
News, right. News will come out, but basically, most people are under the impression that he is gone from WWE. Never say never in WWE. I'm not going to confirm. I would like to say right now that I can confirm that this is a complete shoot and that he's gone from WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't want to do that. So, I don't know. Well, it'll be interesting to see how this evolves, but unless, like I said, WWE is working all their top employees and Vince and Bryan are the only two that know about this, then that's that. But I don't see why WWE would work all their own employees, all their own higher-ups. That's not going to get them not going to give them a good reputation if you're lying. If you're going to lie to your top executives over a storyline angle, come on. That'd be like lying to your boss.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, they would not be, if they found out that this whole thing was a work, I mean, it's not the way you go about it.
I don't even think it's. Yeah, I don't even like you were saying earlier. I don't even think it's a question of being a work.
You're right. I don't even think it's a question. When you really think about this, like we're doing right now, I don't think there's any question whatsoever that he is gone from WWE. Yeah, whether he returns or not.
That's a different question.
It's a different question. All right, so we'll move on. That's the Bryan Danielson WWE angle. If you guys want to ask questions, I'm going to give out the live phone number in just 1 second. 2 more things, and then we're opening up the phone lines. We're taking live questions out of the chat for the final, what time is it, 9:30, for the final 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes of phone calls and whatever else.
Want to go Scott Hall real fast?
ODB, quick.
ODB, okay.
We knew this was coming, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that could have been seen a couple months ago once she got off TV.
She came out on Twitter and basically remember the tweet from a couple weeks ago where she said something like
about what's happening to my Knockouts division.
Yes,
It's turned into hell.
Exactly.
I mean, it was just a matter of time before either she was fired or quit because she wasn't coming back on TV.
No, she was not happy. You could tell she wasn't happy, and I'm guessing something happened yesterday at the tapings or before the tapings. I don't know if she was there or not, but she posted a tweet and basically said, "I wish TNA the best, blah, 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 and I'm done." And then she said, "Bam, bitches," or something.
She always says some shit like that. She's like, I don't even know. She reminds me of just like some redneck.
You know that she's real? You know that she's real backstage? That's the
I know, that's why.
No, this is serious. The ODB that you see on TV is the ODB that you get out of character as well.
That's terrible.
Not to that extent, obviously, but that's the ODB in real life.
I remember the January 4th special. I remember they had that press conference afterwards.
Right.
They had all them wrestlers. A couple of them, most of the wrestlers were, kind of just, talking about, January 4th. Well, she came on and she, was still out. She was the only person still in character about it, And I guess it's really not her character. It's her.
Oh, no. She's obviously not to the extent that she plays on TV, but she's one of those manly women.
But I don't blame her for quitting because, like we just said, though, that division's going to hell. I mean, what was once, maybe pride, of TNA is now in the shithole.
Yeah, well, Roxy's another, and Roxy's out of there too. ODB, two of the best. Between ODB and Roxy, that's two of your best workers in the knockouts today.
And I really think that they're going to end up letting Hamada go within the next couple months.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see what they. She hasn't been used in how long?
No. Since she was tag champs with Kong.
Right. Yeah. What do you think about Scott Hall? I heard something about Sean Waltman too, but I'm not going to
talk about it.
No, not that. I'm not going to. I haven't put it on the websites yet, but.
Are we talking about what we were talking about last week?
No, there's a deal with Sean Waltman and TNA. A story that I heard.
Oh well, I will talk about it after.
Yeah, I haven't put it up on the websites just yet.
I heard a little something like that, myself. I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, it deals with, Scott Hall. We all know that Scott Hall, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the future holds for Sean Waltman. But so Scott Hall, he apparently the report is that he arrived at the Impact tapings yesterday and they sent him home. What the reason for that is, I don't know if he was messed up. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
The thing though, I'm not sure exactly what happened, why he got sent home either. But the thing with Scott Hall, and I think everybody, whether you love the guy or you hate the guy, you have to agree. Especially in his prime, he was maybe the best guy on the mic. Maybe the biggest. I don't want to say waste because he wasn't a total waste, but he had so much talent that with the alcohol and stuff, it really just went to waste.
Let me say this, that, and a lot of you guys probably don't know this, and it's been said before, Scott Hall is a genius when it comes to even booking. Okay, you guys talk about some of the best bookers, talking about Paul Heyman. Hell, Vince Russo, okay? I know, whatever. Okay, Eric Bischoff is another one. Some of the best writers. You guys, Scott Hall, if he could, he could give back. He could give back so much to the business as far as creative. It sounds crazy.
Oh, my God.
It sounds crazy, Scott Hall writing a TNA show or doing creative. I'm telling you, the guy is a fucking genius, and it's been said. Numerous people in interviews have said this about him, and it's just it's a shame that
Well, think about creative. I know I keep going back to the WCW days because that was his prime. But if you remember all those NWO shirts, all the sayings on them, the Too Sweet, the Wolfpack shirt with the wolf on it, that was all Scott Hall. That was all Scott Hall's idea. Everything, that was all Scott Hall.
Right. And I think it's the death of WCW? I think they talk about Hall.
They talk about that. Yeah.
Hall on there and how he had so many original ideas that just really, Scott Hall's got a amazing wrestling mind. It's just, and I don't know, I see you guys in the chat room saying he got drunk, blah, 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 blah. You never want to speculate, but listen, he was sent home, okay? He was sent home from the Impact tapings. There was a reason why he was sent home. I don't know if there was an altercation. I don't know if he showed up messed up. We'll have more later this week at some point. But after the tapings are over, they've got tapings tonight and Wednesday. Later in the week, it'll be a little bit easier to get a hold of some people. But we'll keep you posted. I know that Scott Hall is done with TNA. They did an angle last night at the TV tapings where
they stripped them.
Yeah, they stripped them. And they are gone from TNA. So that is the real deal as well. So we've got Roxy, ODB, Scott Hall, and Waltman. I'm going to hold off on that. But we've got those three gone from TNA.
Hey, would you agree with this, though? This is something I've kind of thought about myself. The whole band, Scott Hall thing, angle. Was it just me, or did you think, that whole angle just was not properly done with TNA?
Hold on one second. The angle. What's the score of the game, guys? In the chat room.
I think the Lakers are whooping them. I just looked a little while ago.
Somebody just brought it up in the chat room. It's on a commercial break. Here we go. Doc Rivers is on here now.
Isn't it?
What's the score? Any of you guys in the chat room got the score of that game?
28-18.
Is that what it is?
28-18.
Boston?
Oh, Lakers.
Lakers up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Game 7 is going to go Game 7, and Lakers are going to take it.
What Obama say? Obama say anything good? People in the chat, you listen to Obama. He was supposed to talk about the oil slick there in the Gulf Coast. I don't know. Whatever. All right. So what were we talking about? The angle in TNA?
I was asking you that whole angle. When they brought in Waltman and Hall, and kind of put them up there with Nash and even Hogan on the January 4th episode. Right. I said, I think that whole angle. I mean, they might be, people are gonna say they're washed up, but I think that angle could have been done so much better. I mean, I thought it could have been kind of big for TNA.
Right. Well, I agree with that, but I think there were problems. This isn't the first time they've had problems with Hall and Waltman since they've been back. I mean, there's been times